Hi, I'm Nick Flanders-Farmer, and this is just a quick sort of rundown demonstration video about the collaborative efforts between myself and Priyanka for our APD assignment on play and forces. So this is just sort of a mock-up design that we made when we were brainstorming. We came up with this idea to think about the tides and picking up tidal information in a novel way. So this is a sort of general design concept. The idea would be to have it as an app on your phone, and this would be the display. So up the top left here we have the current tide as recorded from an online database. This number would then influence the height of this water body, which would just be an animated 2D asset. And then we've got a little character who swims around in it and some fish just to add a little bit of character and flavor. This would react dynamically throughout the day. So as you open the app, it would go and fetch the data from one of these websites and then apply it to the height of, or the positioning of this little ocean asset. So the website that we were using was this one here, so Woolly Weather. You can go onto this website and punch in your nearby tide data point. So you can see here I have St Kilda selected. There's also one in Williamstown. There are ones all over the place. These are used already in various apps that are used by surfers or swimmers. It's more of like a meteorological sort of thing where you can go on, you can see the numbers. So it'll go on and it'll say, oh, that's like, I don't know, 0.8 meter swell at this time of day, this amount of wind, whatever like that. But we wanted to make it a little bit sort of more novel, a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more fun to look at. So you can see on here as you hover through this display, it shows the different tide levels throughout the day, ending up with this bar right here, which depicts the current tide. This is the most relevant reading for right now. So it's about 0.8 meters at the moment. You can see as I hover over here, I have the inspect elements sort of window open in Google Chrome, and so I've used that to manage to find the actual readout basically of the tide level. So you can see it change as I go throughout. The idea was to access this web page and access this number specifically. I didn't need any of the other data really. I just needed this one number. Went through a bunch of tutorials, forums, all sorts of things trying to work it out. But neither Priyanka or I are super familiar with deep coding of this nature, networking and that sort of thing. So it was a bit of a struggle, and unfortunately we didn't manage to actually link the app up with this real-time data. So we decided to opt for the next best thing, and that is this system here. So what I've done instead is I have created a dummy data script, which essentially that just makes a random number between 0.1 and 0.9, so it just makes up a number within that range. It passes that number onto a display that comes up on screen, and it also passes that on to a different script, which is then used to tell this ocean asset how high to be. So I'll just show you in action. Wait for it to load. Yeah, there we go. So it's made up this random number, 0.38 meters. Sort of designed it so that even though it's mock data, it would resemble realistic data somewhat. So it's normally pretty low amounts. So you can see down here, it's made up this random number, 0.3. passes that on to here, and it passes that on to the height of this water, the water level basically. So it's changed the Y transform here. You can see that if I stop it and then start it again, then it ends up being different again. So 0.76, it's much higher than it was before. The idea is that, or the further along idea would be that higher swells or higher tides might make this water animation a little bit more rough, or the amplitude a little bit higher of the waves. And that if it was much lower, then we would have the character wading through the water instead of swimming, because it's obviously quite low. But as it stands, this is, I think a bit of a neat sort of proof of concept of where we were going with this concept, what we were hoping to achieve. We had the pitfall of just not being able to grab that real-time data, but this works practically the same way that it would if we could grab that data. So yeah, every time you open up the app, it fetches that data immediately, just does it all on startup, so it's not constantly running calculations in the background or constantly trying to connect. It just needs to get it that one time when you open it up. And then, it's just a nice little presentation of this information. It's very easy to understand, quite universal. And that's about it. Thank you for watching this video.